Hey guys, Nick Espinosa, your chief security fanatic here, and today I want to talk about Amazon because, as we all know, Amazon is massive, and as it takes over the world, can we actually stop them? This is basically a listing of every major thing that they own and every major vertical that they compete in, and this is going to blow your mind. Now, this is coming from multiple different sources, but a good chunk of this actually came from Wired that did a very comprehensive article on everything that Amazon owns, and it is absolutely insane. Now, to put things in context, Amazon has roughly 613,000 people that work there. That is more than twice as many that work at Alphabet, 94,000, Facebook, 33,000, and Microsoft, 135,000 combined. Most of these workers are basically in one of Amazon's more than 100 North American logistics centers, or at more than 450 Whole Foods location stores around the globe. Now, Amazon employees are actually paid less than other tech workers, and I think that's by virtue of the massive verticals that they are in compared to other pure tech companies like a Facebook. But in its annual filing, for the Securities and Exchange Commission this past February, Amazon reported its median worker income as $28,446, not this past February, in 2017, and it says that basically that number jumps to $34,123 for full-time U.S. workers. Compare that to Facebook, whose median salary at that same year, in contrast, was more than $240,000. Now, the company occupies roughly as much space worldwide as 38 Pentagons. Now, if you've ever been to the Pentagon, that is a massive complex. That is insane. And let's look at all the verticals that they are in. And this is absolutely crazy. So, if we were looking just at their first major vertical, that is books and publishing, they have Amazon Publishing, which is their umbrella, but they have a ton of subsidiaries if you didn't know this. Thomas & Mercer publishes mysteries, thrillers, and true crime novels. They own all of these, for the record. Little A handles literary fiction and nonfiction. Amazon Crossing is responsible for translated texts. 47 North does science fiction and fantasy. Skyscape is for teen and young adults. Two Lions are for children's books. Jet City Comics are obviously for comics. Montlake Romance is romance. Waterfall Press does Christian fiction. Grand Harbor Press is responsible for a category Amazon describes only as inspirational. Lake Union Publishing handles book club fiction. Amazon Original Stories publishes short stories and nonfiction. Amazon Encore is for rediscovered works. Topple Books spotlights the works selected by Jill Soloway. Apparently, she's popular enough to have her own book subsidiary. Book Surge is an on-demand self-publishing service, and Amazon has also acquired Avalon Books, The Book Depository, Bookfinder, Westland Books, and Abe Books. And since this article came out or so in the last year, I'm sure they've acquired more. Still under books, but kind of related, are entities such as Create Space, which is an on-demand video publishing service, independent audiobook producer Brilliance Audio. They also launched their own ebook publisher, Kindle Direct Publishing, concurrently, obviously, with the first Amazon Kindle e-reader, and obviously we've had multiple generations now. They also own Audible, obviously books on audio. They also own ACX, which is another audiobook publishing company. They own book review site Goodreads, as well as Shelfari, which they merged into Goodreads. Amazon also acquired digital comics distribution platform Comixology. They also own Amazon Rapids, a subscription-based app that presents short children's stories in the form of fake text messages. In 2018, Create Space was then merged with Amazon Kindle Direct Publishing, which now handles all ebook and paperback publishing services, while all media services were transferred to another new company called Amazon Media On Demand. Amazon also operates the Kindle Store, as you may know, where obviously you can purchase ebooks and other content for your Kindle, and basically more than a dozen physical Amazon bookstores as well. That is their first vertical of many. Next up is media. So they own IMDb, which is the Internet Movie Database. They own Alexa Internet, which is a web traffic analysis company, not to be confused with Alexa for the home, which I will get to. They own Amazon MP3, which they later changed to Amazon MP Music, Amazon Unbox, which is a service for purchasing and downloading videos, which was later changed to Amazon Video On Demand, then Amazon Instant Video, and finally Prime Video, which is also known as Amazon Video as well. So there you go. Prime Video, obviously, which showcases content by Amazon Studios, their TV and movie production studio that they own. Now, through IMDb and Internet Movie Database, Amazon also purchased Without a Box, which streamlined the submission and selection process for film festivals. They also bought Box Office Mojo, which basically tracks box office revenue. Amazon also acquired American video game developer Double Helix Games and renamed it to Amazon Game Studios. They also now own the live streaming platform Twitch, which they bought. They also bought Curse, which is a gaming information and communications platform for gamers. They have Amazon Tickets, which sold tickets to concerts and other live events in the United Kingdom, which they eventually shuttered about a year or two ago. Amazon also owns sites that provide educational resources, including Amazon Inspire and 10marks.com. It also owns Whispercast, a service designed to help educators share books, or specifically audiobooks. And lastly, for some reason, Amazon also owns DPR or DP Review, which is a digital camera website. Moving on to the next vertical is retail. Over 6 million independent merchants are paying to sell their goods through Amazon's e-commerce marketplace, and many also are paying additional fees for services like shipping and warehousing. Amazon also sells its own products through dozens of brands. These brands include Mountain Falls, primarily personal care products, Rivet, which is furniture, Daily Ritual, which is women's clothing. Amazon Basic offers Amazon brand alternatives to popular marketplace products, and they have been accused of basically predatory creation there. Merchants also may pay to place ads on Amazon through Amazon Advertising, and Amazon is now the third largest digital advertising platform behind Google and Facebook, and they own something like 4 to 5% of the market share at the moment. So while that is small, that is still massive compared to everybody else out there other than Google and Facebook. Amazon Vine, for example, is an invite-only program for trusted reviewers. Amazon Lending is an invitation-only program launched in 2011 and has basically spent billions of dollars or given billions of dollars in loans to businesses that have difficulty obtaining credit elsewhere. They have a photo storage service called Amazon Photos. They have a file storage service called Amazon Drive. No doubt they're data mining both. Now, within Amazon.com are businesses that they have within their main site, such as the $119 per year Amazon Prime. And under Amazon Prime, they have Prime Reading, which is an ebook loan service, Prime Pantry, which ships non-perishable grocery items, Amazon Fresh for fresh grocery delivery and pickup services, Prime Now, which is a 1 to 2 hour direct delivery service for Prime members in specific locations, Amazon Restaurant, which offers food delivery, Amazon Warehouse for deals on used products, Amazon Renewed for refurbished products with a warranty, Amazon Second Chance also for secondhand goods. They also have Subscribe with Amazon, which lets customers sign up for subscription services like monthly boxes of snacks, apparently. They have Amazon Home Services, which is a marketplace for hiring home repair and cleaning professionals, and to hire and manage the contract workers making deliveries in your life. Amazon created Amazon Flex. You can also start your own logistics firm through Amazon via Amazon Logistics. The company also has its own payment processor, so it doesn't need a third party for that. It has Amazon Pay. Now, aside from Amazon.com, Amazon also owns several other e-commerce websites you may not be aware of that they own. They own Zappos, which is for shoes. They own Shopbop, which apparently is high-end women's clothing. They own East Dane, which is men's clothing, 6 p.m., discount clothing, Fabric for fabric, and also in 2010, Amazon purchased Woot, which is a site for daily e-commerce deals. Last year, so probably 2018 or so, Amazon bought Dubai-based e-commerce platform Soak.com, and then Soak went on to buy Wing.ae, which was a startup that builds next-day delivery networks for e-commerce sites. In addition to this, Amazon also owns Jungly, which is an Indian e-commerce site. Amazon last year purchased Whole Foods, which I actually think was 2 years ago. Again, I think this article is from about a year ago or so. Obviously, High Foods is the high-end grocery store chain with hundreds of locations around the United States and I believe the world. Earlier in 2018, they also bought a 49% stake in More, which is one of the largest grocery chains in India as well. They operate their own chain of partially automated grocery stores known as Amazon Go. It also operates 3 4-star stores where customers can actually purchase products that have been rated 4 stars and above on Amazon Marketplace, and we are nowhere near done with this. They own a fleet of treasure trucks apparently scattered around the country where you can get everything from steak to smart light bulbs, which is kind of a weird spin on food trucks. Amazon also owns Amazon Mechanical Turk, a site where organizations can hire individuals to complete piecemeal tasks such as labeling data for machine learning algorithms, and on and on. Moving on to the next vertical is Amazon Web Services. They are the largest hosting provider for websites and infrastructure in the world. Their customers include places like Netflix, Starbucks, and more. They are massive. With under Amazon Web Services, we have Amazon S3, which is basically their simple cloud storage service for databases. There's Amazon Elastic Compute Cloud, also known as EC2. There's Amazon Simple Queue Service. There's AWS GovCloud for you government entities out there. There's AWS IoT to manage your IoT devices for your company. There's AWS Secret Region, which is a cloud storage service they spun up for the CIA. They own ShoeFitter, which is a startup that uses 3D technology to help customers determine their shoe size while shopping online. They own Safaba Translation Systems, which is a machine translation startup. They acquired a 3D body scanning and modeling company called Body Labs and a game developer called GameSparks. They also expanded into augmented and virtual reality, which is now covered in Amazon Sumerian. They have a mobile video company called Elemental Technologies, an Israeli semiconductor maker, Annapurna Labs. They bought an AI security startup called Harvest.ai and Squirrel, which was a cybersecurity startup that was spun up out of the NSA. They also have Amazon Rekognition for facial recognition, which has been, I think, rather disastrous and problematic, but they still have it, and they've been selling it to law enforcement at breakneck speed. We'll see if that changes due to the George Floyd situation. The next vertical they have is energy and transportation, because they are a massive, basically delivery system here. Now, to power all of these data centers, Amazon is contracted with multiple renewable energy companies to create more than a dozen wind and solar energy farms in Indiana, Virginia, Ohio, and North Carolina. And they finished construction on their largest wind farm in 2017, the Amazon Wind Farm in Texas. Amazon also owns a massive fleet of Prime Air cargo planes and is now facilitating ocean freight shipments as well. Amazon has also been working on an army of Prime Air drones, which we've obviously seen the tests for, but sooner than later, drones will be delivering pretty much anything if Amazon has their way. The next vertical is hardware. They own Lab 126, which is a computer hardware research development unit in Sunnyvale, California, and they have produced some of Amazon's most successful consumer products like the Kindle Fire, Amazon Fire TV, Fire TV Stick, Amazon Echo, Amazon Echo Dot, Amazon Echo Look, which is a camera that provides fashion advice. Lab 126 is also responsible for Amazon Fire Phone, which was obviously a failure. They acquired robotics firm Kiva Systems for $775 million, which they later renamed Amazon Robotics, so they're in robotics. After that acquisition, Amazon ended Kiva's contracts with other companies like Staple and Crate and Barrel, basically leaving Amazon warehouses as the sole beneficiary of that robotics and automation technology, obviously giving them a competitive advantage. Amazon then launched Amazon Key, a service that allows workers to deliver inside items in your home by making use of Amazon's cloud camera securities, like cloud cameras and all of that, a compatible smart lock, and an Amazon Key app, and all of that. Amazon also acquired Blink Home, which is a home automation company that does security cameras. They also own Ring, maker of the Ring doorbell, which I utterly hate and have done a ton of videos on. Amazon also expanded their key delivery into the trunks of users' car for some reason, with basically a service that they creatively called Amazon Key in Car. So apparently you could deliver to the trunk of your car your Amazon deliveries. Moving on, let's talk about healthcare because they are in healthcare in a major way too. In 2014, Amazon started a secret internal lab dedicated to developing healthcare technology that goes by at least 3 different names. And depending on what you know, it's either 1492, Amazon Grand Challenge, and Project X. They also bought Hera, which mines patient medical records to flag incorrect codes and potential misdiagnosis and help hospitals bill patients. Amazon also sells medical supplies to hospitals through a healthcare offshoot of its business-to-business marketplace in Amazon Business. Amazon has also been hiring high-profile doctors, primary care specialists, and healthcare law experts. And so a couple of years ago, Amazon hired more than 20 of these people, basically pinching them from CVS, United Health, and other places. And then they partnered with JP Morgan and Berkshire Hathaway to create basically a new company designed to improve healthcare and cut costs. Amazon also bought Pharmacy PillPack, which was a startup that basically ships medications directly to you. Now, outside of Amazon, Jeff Bezos, the world's richest man, I believe he's worth something like $130 to $150 billion right now, has a lot of entities himself. So when he's not directing traffic at Amazon, he's got his own thing going, and he owns just a ridiculous array of companies and ventures outside of Amazon as well. First off, there is Nash Holdings. This is one of his finance holding companies. These are the ones that acquired the Washington Post for him. He also owns Bezos Expeditions, which manages much of his venture capitalist investments. This is also the entity that is responsible for the space flight services competing with SpaceX called Blue Origin. They own numerous charitable organizations, a project to recover the Apollo F1 engine from the depths of the ocean, interestingly enough, and the 10,000-year clock, which you might have heard of, that is under construction inside a mountain in Texas and designed for the last 10,000 years. I have been talking for just over 16 minutes at this point, and I have laid out the core major things that Amazon owns and is competing with virtually every company out there, from healthcare to FedEx and UPS to supermarkets to online shopping to any kind of shopping, you name it. Will they slow down? Can they slow down? Do they need to be broken up? I'm asking you the question because, quite frankly, they are utterly massive and they keep expanding into every vertical under one massive umbrella. And the question is, what do we do with that? Or do we do nothing? And congratulate Jeff Bezos for making an absolute ridiculous amount of money and building something that has been so large and powerful, which quite frankly, is impressive, in and of itself. But what happens when startups have really good ideas and all they do is get acquired? That's part of the capitalist cycle. I understand that. But should it always be Amazon or Google? In this case, Amazon, which has way more influence, I think, and spread than Google does. But I'd love to hear your thoughts on this because, wow, it is absolutely insane. And if you stuck with me here, I really appreciate it. And please like, share, follow me here on Facebook and Twitter at NickAESP. And please feel free to subscribe to me at YouTube as well. And as always, stay safe and stay online. Thanks, everyone.